Objective. I can identify the subscripts and coefficients in a chemical formula. The subscripts are small numbers that go behind an element symbol. I remember that subscript starts with S, so does small. Subscripts are the small numbers. So, for example, in this formula, the subscript for C is 6 because it's a small number that comes after the C. The subscript for the H is 12, and the subscript for the O is 6. They're the small numbers that come after the element. In this formula right here, the small number that comes after the H is the 2. Notice that for the S, there's no number that comes right after it. However, we know that the next letter is capital, so the O is a new element. The 4 is going to go with the O, not with the S. The subscript only goes with what comes directly in front of it. So the 4 goes with the O. There's no number after the S. Whenever there is not a number present, we know that it's an invisible number 1. That means there's only one S atom in that formula. In this last formula, the small number that comes after the capital L lowercase I lithium is 2. So it has a subscript of 2. There's no number that comes after the oxygen. We know that it has to be an invisible number 1. There's only one atom of oxygen. The coefficient is the large number that comes in front of a formula, and it applies to everything that comes after it. Notice that there's no number in front of the C. That means it's an invisible number 1. The coefficient for this formula is 1. For this formula, there's also no number at the very beginning in front of the H. That means since there's no number in front, that the coefficient for this formula is 1. Notice that in this formula, it does have a coefficient. The number that comes in the front of the formula is a 3. That means that the coefficient for this formula is a 3. Subscripts are small numbers that come behind elements. Coefficient is the large number that comes at the front of a formula.